So after a huge success at the weekend box office, we're now going to start hearing about some of the stuff that wasn't actually in Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, of course, deleted scenes and all that sort are the norm for Hollywood these days, and today we're going to be talking about one particular scene which involves Aunt May and Peter Parker. And according to her, there was a lot more scenes between the two that were actually shot by the director John Watts. Unfortunately, they didn't make it into the final cut of the film. One scene she describes as taking place in the neighborhood, and there was a little girl in distress, and I have to save her, referencing to herself, of course, Aunt May. And Peter sees Aunt May actually saving this little girl. And this kind of built upon the whole Aunt May would do anything, and this kind of goes back to the scene in the movie where she's telling Peter to, you know, if anything is happening that's that crazy, referencing to the explosion that happened at the bank shop, to get away from that. And then in the scene, she actually comes home and she doesn't even tell him what has happened and that she was involved with this. And this was kind of done in a way to tell you that Aunt May does her own things that Peter doesn't know about, just like Peter is keeping secrets away from her. And then once she arrives home, Peter just asks, "How was your day?" And she goes, "I'm fine," not referencing anything more than the ordinary happening. And she says it was an awesome scene. You could definitely see both characters were apprehensive and also trying to, you know, hide their own secrets and everything, but they know something is up with the other one. And honestly, this sounds pretty awesome, and she says she was pretty disappointed that the scene didn't make it in there. But it does sound like, you know, this scene would have taken a little bit of time, and they decided not to use it in there for the purposes of moving the movie forward, you know, faster than it would have if they would have kept it in. So we'll probably be getting this scene in, I would assume, the DVD, the Blu-ray, and the, you know, 4K editions that are gonna come out down the road. And it would really surprise me if they did cut it out completely and not show it to us. So hopefully this adds a little bit more to it, and we'll see how that ends up, you know, being in the final cut. So you guys let me know your thoughts on this, and are you disappointed that the scene was ultimately cut?